count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. And I mean us because, you know, Richard Schischler is right over there, and he will interject and he'll play the part of the, let's see, what do you call that, the antagonist in a play? When they have to have somebody that's an antagonist. And
No, I always saw myself as the angel on your shoulder.
Oh, that was dandruff. Okay, well, so you do you feel that way, Richard? Because you feel like I need somebody always looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, you kind of come off as that, like, am I supposed to be here? I don't really know if I'm supposed to be here. I'm lost.
I got so lost in a neighborhood over off of Grand
I already know.
Creek. No, because the traffic was horrible when I was trying to go home this morning, and I mean from taking Cindy to school, and I was trying to go home, and the traffic was so built up and the lines, and I just said, I'm going to figure out a way to get around this. So I went down that Grand Parkway Drive and got into a neighborhood, and thinking, now this has got to come out on 45 further down. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got this. And I got so lost. And I'm trying to get my Hello Siri to help me out. And he goes, well, I can't understand your location. So try back later. What? Try back later. I'm sitting there going like, where do I go from here? But I kept driving, and it was just that great instinct I have. And I finally landed upon the Grand Parkway main road out of that neighborhood. That neighborhood goes on forever. And so that scares me. If I really do depend on the GPS. I didn't want to depend on it. I wanted to be able to figure my way out. But and Samantha will always say, listen to what they say. Just follow what they say. They know what's going on. You don't. Just do it. Have faith in them.
It's true.
No, it's not.
It's a better idea. It definitely has a better idea than you do.
Than me. Yeah.
Well, my favorite one right now is like with the studio, and I do not know how to change it. But if you use Apple Maps, they have our old location still on there.
Oh, do they?
And I don't know how to change it. I've been trying to request, because Google is pretty easy, but Apple, no dice.
I can't stand Apple because they keep telling me I'm invalid. My information is invalid, and they can't, I can't order more cloud. I can't order so many things that you have to have an Apple ID for. I just can't do it. And like that thing I was going to try and do with the Dexcom thing, I hate it. I just want to take the phone and throw it as far as I could because I just keep saying you can't do this. And I was, listen, I told you I called Sweetwater Music, that place where I was going to get Samantha's sound system. She needed a new sound system because she's getting booked a lot of places now, and she needs to have her own sound system. And so we tried to call and tried to order it, and my bank kept rejecting it. I'm going like, it can't reject it. I've got enough money in the bank to pay for this. But she was ordering it on the card, and my card has a limit of how much you can spend a day. And I never knew that. I didn't know I had a limit on it. In fact, it was a very generous limit, but a sound system. Oh, I should have probably asked you, like, is this a good place to go for a sound system? Have you ever heard of Sweetwater Music?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do all sorts of audio stuff and video. Yeah.
Okay, they're so great. They're so great to work with. And so she had ordered all this stuff, and then he's tried to put it through, and he told her the bank is rejecting it. And so she calls me and says, panic, because she was supposed to have it by last week. And the band said, no, we'll put something together. We'll be okay. That's all right. So she's going to get it Thursday. And now I'm expecting like something that looks like your studio back there, like all this stuff and these big speakers and everything. And she's going to take I said, I don't think the Honda's going to take that. But anyway, so I started calling like Amagee's, their corporate office. And then I said, I'm going to go to Chase. Maybe I can do this through Chase. And so Chase said, okay, here's what you have to do. And, but they're very skeptical. They're really skeptical if it's a large amount. They just don't know if it's not fraud. They're just, it's all about the fraud thing. So anyway, I went, you know what? I'm going to wire the money to them. Wasn't that smart of me? I figured that out. I can just bypass all the bank stuff and go and wire it to them. So I went over to the bank and said, look, your headquarters keeps locking me out. So can you wire this wire this money directly to the music company? And they said, well, sure. I said, well, how long will that take? And said, about an hour, and they'll have it. And then, so I went through all of that, and I couldn't even sleep. I'd get up and go like, how am I going to get this equipment here in time for her to be able to use it? Anyway, but that was the only thing that really happened of an event this week. It was a very boring week. Very boring.
Yeah.
Week. I didn't have any dates or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
me either. I just hung out and
But
cooked.
you did. You had a date. Oh, but that's right. She canceled Monday.
Thanks for reminding me of the constant cancellations I face.
Well, she just didn't know any better. That's all. I mean, if she just known what a great
No,
date
it was already said that she might not be able to make it, so I wasn't that upset about it.
So you weren't that upset. Good. Okay. Well, you've got plenty of friends, though. You've got plenty of people that you can hang out with.
Well, I'm not worried about the rest of my life, if that's what you're going with.
Oh, I was just trying to.
Like, I don't need a pep talk about it.
I was trying to give you a pep talk. No, I need the pep talk. You need to give me the pep talk because usually when we're talking about something that you're having a problem with. I have no problems. I just no. You'll see the look he's giving me. Can you see it?
Well, I think it's something where you develop at an early age of being involved with, keeping busy. Like my grandmother, she's been a widow for, I would say, 10 years, but I guess that's where I inherited. You call her right now, she's already got her plan for the week. She already knows what she's doing, bingo or whatever. So she's glued to her calendar, and she makes plans, and keeps busy. And
is she in one of those places where they have a lot of different things that you can do?
Yeah. Well, she's 93 now, 94.
Yeah.
So she needs assistance occasionally.
Well, my mom.
But again, even before that, I remember when she was sad because she couldn't volunteer at the church anymore.
Oh, why not?
Because she's too old.
You mean because she was in a wheelchair or something?
Yeah, it was one of those things where she just didn't have the energy to be there all day, and she didn't know what to do, and she still goes to church, but it's like, she would hang out there all Sunday and just do whatever.
The Bible was so sweet that they said that the church was to take care of the widows, and that was part of the responsibility of the church to do that. And I thought that was sweet, so that we're all taken care of. But I really want to do either, you used to go around and do a lot of talks, and there were positive thinking talks back in the day of the 70s, and I went around and did that. And I love doing that, and I would love to go and try and talk to widows and, like things that they should know and do, and have someone like my sister there to explain you've got to have this, you've got to know this, or Chris or someone like that could help them understand this is what you got to do. You got to be involved and know what your husband's doing and where things are and what.
Lesson learned at 76.
Lesson learned at 76. Yeah. 76.
Aren't you 76? Or are you 74?
No, I am 76.
Okay.
Yeah, because Phyllis is like 1
Why'd
year
you react
older.
as if you're shocked?
Well, when you said that, I'm thinking, I don't even think of 1776, but
what happened in 1776? Do you know?
That's when I was born. No, but it was interesting to see how many people. I was at some meeting, and I stood up and I was telling everybody, you need to follow your husband around, know exactly where things are and all that. Because right now, if you go out in my garage and you open the door of the garage, you see our 53-year marriage stacked in boxes and stuff. I know nothing where anything is, or what I should keep or what I should throw away. Or I hate throwing away stuff. I'm not a hoarder, but I can't. I don't know what to do.
I think everyone runs into that problem at one point in their life. They just accumulate too much crap. That's why I don't have anything.
That's why you don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
See,
except stuff I use.
Yeah. But of all people.
Like I was thinking about getting rid of my dog because I haven't really been using my dog. I'm like,
you're not going to get rid of your dog. If you get rid of your dog, you have to give him to me because Maddie needs a friend. I feel like Maddie's in the.
Why don't you take him to the dog? Take him to the dog park.
Huh?
Take the dog to the yeah.
I'm so afraid because she's so strong. She would pull away from me and pull me down with her, I think, and drag me.
All right, you're the one making excuses. So, I mean, get bigger and get stronger.
It's just horrible when she gets out because we have just a little yard, in the front, but she wants to get out in that yard because she knows that's where all the dogs are, and she sniffs everything. And so I'm trying to take her out and let her go. Okay, now you can go. But when she sees that door that much open, she pulls it apart and she goes out. And to get her back, I'm having to yell at her, and I have to go get food, and I have to get, come on, here's your food. I got your food. Let's go. And she's sniffing, and I'm so afraid I'm not going to be able to get her back. But she always comes back. She always comes back and barks at the door and says, "Let me in." And so
Yeah, people lose their dogs all the time.
no,
That's one thing I love about the neighborhood I live in is everyone has like large dogs.
Yeah. So
But
is
like
ours.
so there's it's not often, but it happens like when I pull in and I open my door, there's a dog. And I'm like, "Oh, there's a giant dog right there. What are you doing, buddy?"
Oh, they let them run free.
Well, they get out.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs are smart.
Yeah, yes,
So,
they are.
But it's like it happens all the time because they'll follow the truck, and then I go in the driveway and I open the door and there's just a dog, and so I look at the tag and then, "Hey, I got your dog."
Well, it's scary because we came from in Willis. A lot of times we never even locked our doors. It would, just, and I remember never locking my door when I was growing up. Just all the doors were always open, or we had the windows open, or anything like that. So now you have to be so careful, but Maddie is a great watchdog. She will bark like she's going to tear you apart if that door opens any further, or if she gets out of there, and it scares people. And so she's having a dog like that. But I'm afraid that when she goes, it's going to be so horrific, and I need to have another dog there that we can pretend it's her. She's got to get another black lab. That's all. I love my labs. Anyway, we want to thank also, which, Richard interrupted me, and I wanted to say thank you to our sponsor, Chris Wootton, with the Wootton Financial Group, who is our great sponsor. He's been with us for how many years now? 3?
3 years.
3 years. Wow. See? So if you want to sponsor, you still can. I mean, he doesn't eat up all the sponsorship.
It's a big pie.
He leaves some for
Lots of slices.
other people. Yeah. Yeah, so that I talked to the general manager of the HEB over in spring.
Yeah.
And told about that I had James over from the Kroger. I mean, from the HEB
In Willis.
And so I said, you want to come over and be on the show? And he goes, well, I'm not the general manager. I'm just the store director. And I went, oh, you're the boots on the ground. He goes, yeah. Let me get the general manager for you.
It's funny how those bigger companies work with titles, and then like no one knows what they're allowed to do.
Wow.
Because we got a sponsor. There's a new Five Guys opening over on 242 West, and I was talking to this gentleman, and I was like, "You should come in. You should be on a show. You should talk about it." And he's like, "Oh well, that's not really my job." I'm like, "Well, you're the one reaching out to sponsor something. What is your job?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
They have to have a spokesman.
Yeah.
So he says, wait right here, and I'll go get a card and give you.
Because you and I are gonna go on a date. We're gonna go check out the Five Guys when it opens. I think it's opening like in March at one point.
A Five Guys? I love Five Guys.
I'll treat you.
You'll be you'll treat me?
Yeah, what I'll do is all I'm going to do is send you the address, and I'll be like, good luck, 2:00.
I love that. That's great. That's perfect.
And I'll keep the police scanner on.
I should, of all people that should have this, you should have that, because all the kids can track me wherever I go.
Yeah.
And so the other day I'm going like, I just want to go somewhere, not think they're all watching where I'm going and what I'm doing, and just see how far I could, if they would even recognize.
Yeah, well,
that.
you're doing the silver alert test.
The silver alert test.
Yeah,
yes.
that's a good test. You need to test your abilities every once in a while.
Well, that would check a box for me to be able to get on a billboard.
Well, what I love about that is I remember having that conversation with my mother, and she was talking about her mom, and her driving was getting worse, and they're worried about. But the driving gave her independence. That's what they're afraid of. And I was like, if she doesn't have the logic that she shouldn't be driving when she's driving 30 down a 60, and she wants to keep her independence, I'd be like, no, don't.
That's, you know, you want to try
She
and
needs to
stay
focus on something better than
You need to
you're
try
taking
and-
away my independence by letting me drive 35 miles an hour down a 60-mile road.
What I love is because all my family loves to sleep late, so I go out.
Who
early.
doesn't love to sleep late?
They all sleep late, and
Well,
so
I don't think there's like one person out there, but like I hate sleeping in.
I hate sleeping late. Well, I get up like 4:30, and start watching Fox News, and I find out, 'cause
All
they
the
just keep
truth,
repeating.
basically it's
All
the
the
it's
truth.
the fifth book, the fifth gospel book, right?
And let's see what's going on. But then, but it's just too early. There's not enough stuff open. I got to wait till like 6 o'clock until, Walmart or HEB or somebody opens that I can go somewhere. But I like
I
going
love it.
in the morning, and nobody isn't busy or anything like that. And so I like that. That's the only freedom I'm getting, and they don't
Why don't
know
you
I'm
volunteer
gone.
somewhere?
Huh?
I had this discussion with somebody recently.
I did.
And they were upset that this place was closing, and I was like, "You realize that place is run by volunteers, right?" So, I mean, if you're really upset that it's closing, maybe you should volunteer.
Well, no, I volunteered at church. I did that for.
But I meant more of just like, you can't be upset that it's closed. It's run by volunteers. Like,
Right.
Some people can't be there sometimes.
But I can't see myself doing bingo and that kind of stuff. I just can't.
I mean, it's something to do.
Well, you know what? I've gotten.
You always got to have something to do.
Yeah, you got to stay busy, and the more you do, the more you can do. That's what my grandmother told me, and I thought that was brilliant, because the older I got, I see what you're talking about. Because if you just push yourself, you get out of bed and go and get ready. But do you make your bed whenever you
No.
get up? That's what they say. That's the best thing to do.
No, I hate it
You don't make your
because my
bed.
dog just messes it up by the time I get home.
Does your dog sleep with you?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're kindred spirits.
oh, that's so sweet. Maddie's too fat.
Sleep
to
by the
jump up on the
fire.
bed.
We'll sleep in bed, and she.
You're lucky that you can have a dog in your bed. Because Maddie used to, my bed at Willis was lower, so she could get up on the bed, and now she can't. It's too high.
Gave a staircase. They make little doggy staircases.
Well, where do you find something like that? Where would you get
Ask
it?
Suri.
Okay, I will.
That's your new best friend. I bet I could see a beautiful relationship
What?
coming from that.
Was-
So you and Suri.
means
There's this great movie. What's his name? Frank Langella, I think that's his name.
yeah. The
actor.
he played the vampire.
Yeah. So there's a great movie. It's called Robot and Frank, and it's about it's like not futuristic, but I think he's a widow or something, and he's alone, and his family's worried about him, so they buy him a robot.
A female?
No, not like God. You always go there when you. Jeez.
I was just wondering what kind of robot they.
It's just it was like an assistant robot, and it's supposed to be like at-home assistant.
Oh,
But then they become friends, and it becomes like it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. But yeah, it's like maybe it's funny to me is as we get older, we don't have. I'm probably gonna kick myself in the foot with this one. But like when I'm older, I'm gonna be like, I'm old. I'm accepted it. Like I'm just gonna sit here, or I know I can't drive. I know I can't climb a ladder. I know I can't do things like I used to.
You have so many nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters that it's going to be good if you stay unmarried.
And they all like me too.
They all like you.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
you're so
there's
sweet.
one family member who just like hates my guts.
Maybe you just don't know about it. They haven't.
I
Told
don't know. We're a pretty honest
You.
family.
Would you know you?
I mean, they're
they
not
say-
nice to me 100%.
Oh,
We call each other out. We give each other a hard time, and
well,
that's what happened with my sister. She has MS, and like she can't do anything.
the one that has the kids at the house.
No, she has a kid in the house. Yeah, she has 3 kids and her husband, but like she can't work anymore. She was a special needs teacher or supervisor or something like higher up in Spring Branch, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't work because like she falls, she faints, and
Right.
her body just like
Oh, goodness.
But she's like 45, 46. So
you're going to be taking care of her.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. But it's like I talked to her about it one day. I was like, so how does that feel, like forced retirement in a sense? Because you can still do stuff. Like right now, she makes hats. That's what she's been doing.
Well, that's good. She keeps busy.
But it's also something like she didn't expect to get MS. One day she just got it, and then you had to adjust.
Yeah, true.
Like she can't even drive. Like she's not supposed to drive at all.
Because she has that.
Yeah, because she can faint or she can whatever. I don't really know. I can't describe it to anybody. I tell her it's just like your body just betrays you randomly. It's mad at you. I asked her if she sinned a great sin and God's punishing her.
And that's why she's being punished for it. Oh, you're so helpful and lifting somebody's spirits and making them feel good about themselves.
I'll never forget. She asked me to take her daughters to because she has 3 daughters, and she's like, can you just take them out, take them somewhere? I'm like, sure. I'm like, where do you guys want to go? And they're like, we want to go to Ulta. And I was like, what the hell is Ulta? And it's I guess a beauty place. Like they have makeup and they have candles and it's like shampoos and all this. But it's huge, a giant store.
Uh-huh.
And it happened to be next door to a bowling alley. So I was like, here's the deal. Okay. I'll take you to Ulta, but we're bowling first because I want to bowl. So I took them bowling, and then we get to Ulta, and I had no idea what Ulta was. And I was like, here's the deal. I'll buy y'all each one thing. You know, trying to be a nice uncle, and like, you got to show me what you're getting and tell me why we're getting it and all that kind of stuff. Because they're young. I think the youngest at the time was 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the oldest at the time was like 12 or 13. And the oldest one, of course, gets makeup. And it's like a $35, $40 eyeliner thing. And I'm like, $40? I left Ulta paying $100 and something. But the youngest one got a candle. I was like, I like you. Because she wanted a nice candle when she takes her bath.
Oh.
Like her mom, I guess. I don't know. Well, I get home. And like, oh, where'd you take them? I'm like, we went bowling. Oh, cool. They had so much fun. I was like, and we went to Ulta, and I bought them some stuff. And my sister was upset that I bought them makeup.
Oh, she didn't want them to have makeup. Oh.
Well, like, I don't really know, but it's like, she doesn't need a $40 eyeliner brush. And I was like, I guess I got you an eyeliner brush. Let's be positive about it. You can take it. But
take it away from her and get her a cheaper one. But if I didn't know they still had places like that because I
think you can actually get your makeup done there.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people like just getting their I guess they have professionals where they show you what you need to do.
or if you're going to out.
Well, no, I don't think it's like a wedding thing. I think it's like, hey, I'm trying to go for this look. Can you show me what kind of products I need?
Okay.
And they'll let you do all the test products, and they're like, okay, you like that look? Let's try this look. Makeup. We were there for like an hour. I was amazed. I was like, "This is."
And what did you do? You just sat there and
I
watched.
No, I didn't just leave the kids alone.
They come over and start combing your hair or anything?
No.
No.
No, actually, one woman came up to me. She's like, "You don't need to be here." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she's like, "Oh, you're perfect." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." But no, we were just walking around the store. I was like, "Let's go check all the stuff out."
You're perfect. That was nice.
She didn't say that. That didn't happen. Come on now.
Oh, well, I mean, I could see that.
Why do you want me to take you to Ulta?
No.
Or you given up, haven't you?
No. He's looking right at me and going, you've given up, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I've given up. I'm just going to wear
Well, you have a headband in. I haven't seen you wear a headband in a long time.
And it's sparkly.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's funny. People said to me at, I think, at church, I like your sparkly headband because I don't do anything really different. And I'm always in
trying.
black.
You're not trying every day.
Well, no.
You'll find it.
No, I'm just existing to help my family and make
At least put a smile on while you're doing it. Do you think I want help from somebody that's wearing all black and is lost all the time? Like, I don't really know how you can help me.
I want to make this my uniform. I wish we could wear a uniform. I mean, I guess we could because it wouldn't matter. I mean, people can't even see. I mean, you can wear what kind of pants you want to wear. It's like a news
I know.
person.
Well, you know what bothers me when people say that? It's like, why would you want to wear anything but the normal pants you'd wear anyway? Because the fact that you're telling me, I could just wear gym shorts, I'm like, you can do that, but you look ridiculous when you leave. Like,
Yeah, but the pajama bottoms are so.
I see. I might not make my bed, but I do pick out the clothes I'm going to wear the next day.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's really
So-
good. But that guy writes this. I think it's like a whole book. He said if you make your bed.
No, I
every
get it.
morning-
I get making the bed. I get it.
But you want to come home.
But
and
my
just-
dog will get under the covers, and like the whole bed will be everywhere.
Is he locked up in your room?
He does whatever he wants.
He does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So you could close your
See,
door.
we're kindred spirits. We do whatever we want.
Okay. And he's not taking anything from any
He didn't. The only-
female dog.
No, she's a female.
Is it a female dog?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a female dog. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Well, it's not really a female anymore. It's just like an it. But after a while, when she just loves getting. She's that kind of dog that loves my smell.
Mm-hmm.
So, like without failure, she'll be on my side of the bed, underneath the covers, or by the
Oh.
pillow. And then when I want to get in bed, I have to like throw her. I'm like, you need to get up. Like,
But she's warmed the spot for
Oh,
you
yeah.
there. Yeah, that's perfect. And do you put her down by your feet so you can put your feet?
no, she goes wherever. It's not my spot. I'm like, you can go wherever you want. I don't care.
No, I'm going to have to find out where you can get the steps so Maddie can climb up in bed with me.
Just
'cause
look it up online. Ask Siri.
they will-
Or go to Petco.
Petco, yeah.
I
Think they
mean,
would have. Yeah,
I would imagine they have an idea.
yeah,
Like,
where you could order it.
but that's my favorite thing when you go to a store now, like Target or whatever, and they're like, they can't find what you want, and they go, "Oh, we have it online."
Yeah,
And I'm like, ugh.
man.
So why'd I even come here?
That's what I was saying. I was going to say, you guys shouldn't even broadcast that because why do we need you for sure? Especially if somebody's.
What they should do, and I imagine they do this, is that they could just, but you can buy it right then and there, and they just ship it to you. Like, don't lose the sale.
Right.
Like, oh, you want these steps? Here, let me show you here, pay.
And then they'll have them there at the store and you come pick them up.
You can
at the
pick it
store.
up or just get it delivered.
Or get it delivered, yeah. Now that would be so great. I would love that. So, did you hear what and and Richard's looking at me like what are you getting ready to talk about? Elon Musk
Oh, here we go.
has all the federal workers, they have to today they have a deadline of listing 5 things they did last week. And all you have to do is
I wonder, I was thinking about that. I
think
wondered
that's
how
so-
many employees thought that was spam.
well,
Because it's not from like your superior.
no, and
It's from a random email. And you're like,
It wasn't
this,
random. I
Well,
mean,
it was random. Like you just randomly get an email saying like, hey, you need to, whatever it said. You know, it wasn't from Elon. I don't
it
think
was from Elon, and he said
So it said Elon at, you
X,
know,
and he
at
said,
x.com, whatever. So again, I would think that's spam. I'd be like, why the hell is Elon Musk emailing me? Like, delete.
well, it says, and we need 5 things, and if you don't respond, then we consider that you resigned.
I
And
like it.
that's-
I
it's
like
just-
it.
He's so precise.
Again,
about
I
it.
would delete it, and then I would
Well-
get fired. I'd be like, oh, what email are you talking about?
Well, a lot of people, that got it, then their superiors of that agency would say, "Oh, just ignore it."
Yeah, I
You
like
know.
it. Yeah, whatever.
And so they're scared though because they'll be fired.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to
I
happen?
mean, because the administration can change, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But I thought that was brilliant because to write down 5 things you did last week that was productive
I would have deleted that email so
and
fast.
helped. Huh?
I would have reported it. I was like, is this spam?
Is this spam?
Well, I mean, like recently, there's a big thing going around here is the toll road tax. And it's
Chad called me.
getting me to the point where I'm like, I have to go check my Hardy Toll Road information because I feel like maybe I do owe money, but I'm not going to pay it through the phone. But I'm like, maybe I need to check it just because.
Well, see, they have my card. That's why I couldn't understand all these emails I was getting, but I was getting letters from them as well. So I thought, well, the letters should be valid. But Chad said, don't do anything. Don't click on it. Don't answer it or anything like that, because it's fake. And I went, I'm glad you told me. He said, I know you're glad I told you, because you would have told him, what do I owe you? Just just tell me. I'll give you my card. And that's it. That's all.
But it's the same thing. If I got an email from an Elon Musk, I'm like, this is fake.
Well, I get one from, Keanu Reeves keeps bothering me. And,
I believe it.
And Trump, and
he's bothering me too.
Sons.
He's bothering me too.
No, he didn't bother me, but he just, he sends so many things. If I hear his commercial about his watch or his shoes
or steaks,
or is he doing steaks now?
We had steaks a long time ago. I remember that. I was
know,
like that's such a random thing to like.
I thought that would be like a conflict of interest. Of course, he doesn't take a salary.
Who knows?
But they're.
I like it, but again, it's kind of wild.
But I love how he starts it out. Hi, Donald Trump here, your favorite president, and then he says, "I've got this great deal," and he's sells the deal. But I thought that's weird they let him do that, because I would think they'd.
Well, it's probably something to do with
divest yourself of everything.
No, it's probably for his campaign, if I had to guess.
You think, and they just keep doing it until
so it's called a Trump watch? Is that what you called it?
It's Trump time. Yeah, it's Trump watch. And he has a bunch of different things, but he has so many commercials on the Fox News radio, Siri radio.
Okay, I found a watch. Let's see.
What's it look like?
Oh, golly.
What?
Because I always wondered that too, especially when he became popular with all his hats and everything.
Yeah.
I wondered how much money China made off of like knockoffs.
I was gonna say, you think China made the hats?
Well, I mean, like I always wonder about that, because people were buying those hats, and if you're a knockoff person, that'd be like the greatest opportunity to make a quick buck. It's like, we make hats too, kind of like the people you see on the side, like selling flags and stuff. You're like, okay, guy. I always wondered that. Okay, I'm going to look at this real quick.
Well, it'd be easy to do his signature, because we've seen so many of these the things he was passing. Now, what is it called? I can't remember now what it's called. When the day one, he started writing all these presidential.
Executive orders?
Executive orders, that's right. I cannot think of it. Executive orders. And so that's, he has shown his signature so many times, and the way he writes it, it'd be easy, I think, to
see. This is the kind of website I want.
What?
It's like, why are these? There's a FAQ of frequently asked questions section of the website. It's like, why are these watches special? Our Donald Trump watches stand as symbols of the Trump legacy. This is great. It goes on to this whole paragraph. I'm like, what? This is great. I want to know who's making money.
Follow that money. I don't. Well, that's what I mean, is if he doesn't take a salary, but he still can't. I just didn't see.
Okay, so what it is, I found it.
Okay.
This company, the Best Watches on Earth, LLC, has licensed the name. So it doesn't go to any organization. He's not affiliated with this at all.
It's just name. They're just using his name.
Yeah, the Trump Trump name.
Okay, because I guess license his name.
Yeah,
then, right. That would be interesting.
I like it.
But I'm surprised. What I'm so surprised at is how Elon Musk has taken all of this battering he's taken from people calling.
Yeah, because he's sending unwarranted emails. It's like
They've
you could have called me first. You could have just come met me.
What? What do you mean?
Well, he's getting bashed because he's spamming people with emails.
They knew they were coming.
You think so?
Yes. Oh yeah. Everybody knows everything that's going on.
No, there's always that one person in the office that like doesn't pay attention to anything. They're just trying to clock in and clock out.
Yeah.
You know that one person was like, "What? What email? What are you talking about?"
I gotta tell them 5 things I gotta do. Because it was only 5 things, and they said it's very simple. Just tell us, 5 things that you did that helped or showed us the productivity that you do with this agency you're in, and we're paying you $100,000 a year, or $106,000 a year. And do you earn it?
Yeah, I would reply back, yeah, I want to get paid more.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. See, what do you think is a good salary for someone that's working in the government? And
see, I always wondered this about secret service and anyone that puts their life on the line, like CIA, secret, agents and stuff. I always wonder what they get paid.
Well, it's like guys in the military that what do they get out of this after they have lost limbs and all that stuff?
Well, I imagine they get something. I don't know what it is, but I imagine they get something. It's not like they're just like, oh, see you later, dog.
We'll give you 1 year free with the
But
VA.
like James Bond, hypothetically.
Yeah.
Like what would someone in because that kind of person exists somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
There's at least like a handful.
But we won't know.
Well, yeah, I know. But like how much do they get paid?
Mm-hmm. They're looking for a new James Bond. Did you see that?
Yeah, they're always looking for no, they actually MGM Amazon bought the full rights to it.
Right.
Which is hilarious to me.
That's Soros, I think. Isn't that Soros' company?
No, it's Bezos.
What?
Bezos?
I thought it was
Jeff
Soros.
Bezos.
Okay, well, it could be either one of those.
Yeah, billionaire, whatever. But they bought it, and then if they make a TV show, it's going to be hilarious.
That's going to be, well, if they do a new movie and they're looking for the new James Bond, and they've asked who the public likes and who they thought would be a good James Bond, I can't imagine. See, because they've said Thor, they've said, who else were they talking about that? There was really
there were
pretty
so
boys.
many. Yeah, it could be whatever. But I just like how they bought it full out. So now, because before the original, I guess it was the estate of Fleming, the author. They owned the creative control of it.
Oh, they don't have it anymore though.
They bought that.
They
now Amazon can just trash it. They can do whatever they want with it. They can do whatever they want with 007, James Bond. Because if I remember correctly, that was part of like the original agreement was the Amazon and them would own the distribution and all that kind of stuff. But like they have the final say. The state has the final say of what kind of product they're making.
Mm-hmm. Now, see, did you see Elf?
Yeah.
Okay. The little person in Elf that got on the...
There's a lot of little people in Elf.
Huh?
There's a lot of people that are little in Elf.
Well, the
Bob Hope?
No, in Elf.
Not Bob Hope. That wasn't Bob Hope. Who was it? I forget his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But the guy that was it's the little person, dwarf.
Okay.
Okay.
He should be James Bond?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think because he has been in so many movies, and that would be pretty funny. So he could do.
I don't
James
see why not.
Bond. Because I know they're going to try and do something really strange, or it's going to.
No, I bet they're just going to make a movie. You're talking about the same company that makes Reacher.
I love Reacher.
Yeah. So I imagine they're just going to try to make as much money as possible from it.
Yeah.
And just not change, not deviate. That's the new thing. No one's deviating from risking anything. It's just like, we'll just follow the guidelines.
Yeah, but all that's gone now, so they can do anything they want to.
Yeah, which is hilarious to me.
But it just makes everybody mad that they take something that is so established, like a Disney movie, and they try and put all these.
Well, that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize about the books, like he's not a good person in the books. Like he's a racist. He's a drunk.
Reacher?
No, I'm talking about James Bond.
Oh. Why would he be a rapist?
I didn't say racist.
I thought you said a rapist.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He's
Because you got to imagine that's like the 1950s British person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you read the books, it's like it's not as cool and suave as it is.
He has him like a really thug in it.
No, don't worry about it. Never mind.
Well, I just want to know what the book would.
Like he really did sleep with a lot of women and lie to a lot of women in the books. Like he wasn't a good person.
Well, he was a player, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Hate the game, not the player. I get you.
I just hope they don't do a woman.
I think they should. I would do a woman.
Ay, ay, ay. My name is Jamie Bond.
I think it'd be fine.
Why they keep trying to make the women?
Jamie Bond, that would be great. Oh, I would love it. I don't see why not. I mean, like, because what I don't understand is, especially in that scenario, is they're just telling a story. If the story's good, who cares? They're already deviated from the source material, like, so it's kind of like, who cares?
True.
So now, if they make him like American, and like that would be kind of weird, right? Like he's
Yeah.
always the British MI6
Right.
secret agent, so
Yeah,
that'd be
he would
kind of
have
weird.
to have it.
Like if he didn't drive an Aston Martin, that'd be really weird. Like what's he driving? Oh, a Prius. He's driving a Prius now. Like I'd be like, that's a choice. Like if he didn't have a Walter PPK, that would be a choice.
Yeah, but James Bond, they just cannot get anybody. I mean, the last guy, and I can't remember what's the guy's like.
I don't know if I would even accept that job.
Yeah, it would be.
Because that's one thing I love about
your career.
well, that's what I love about reading about the guys who did Lord of the Rings, the original movies. They were like, I forgot who he was talking about. It was one of the Hobbit people, and he's like, it's so funny, you know, when we sign on to that movie, you immediately sign on to do 3 movies, and
Yeah.
you do 3 movies in a year and a half. So we did not stop working for a year and a half, and I thought it was going to ruin my career because I couldn't do anything else but these movies.
Right.
And then he was like, now I look at the Marvel movies, and you had Captain America who signed on, but if you think about it, he had to interrupt his career to go do a movie for Captain America every like year and a half, 2 years.
Right.
So he's like, I'm glad we did it in a year and a half. Like we did one stop, one go. Don't have to come back. I can focus on whatever else I want to focus on. And yeah, so
You're
that's
talking about the last James Bond because he was really.
well, you get to that point where you make 4 or 5 of them. You're like, hey, I
He was
want to,
tired of
and
it.
then that's what Pierce Brosnan wanted to do, and he couldn't get away from it.
Well.
But again, it's like that's a career choice. I mean,
it's like how the comedians.
like I imagine the Reacher guy doesn't want to do Reacher anymore. He's been doing that for like 5 years, and he's like, all
Tom
right,
Cruise was the best.
nah, this guy's 10 times better.
You like him better?
Oh,
Are you
it's-
talking about the series Reacher?
yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about. I was thinking he didn't make a movie. He just
Yeah.
he's not in that series.
well, that's like the Tom Cruise movies went away with the source material.
I like that.
It's good. Oh, it was a great. Those are 2 great movies. But it's just when you read the books, they're like every 4th page remarks how tall and intimidating this guy is, and that's how he's able to accomplish a lot of the outcomes is because he uses his brute strength to beat the little guy. He's the anti-bully. You know, he's bigger than the bully.
Well, you know, if when you see the movies and all the people they're ganging up on the hero and they come in one at a time and he takes them out one at a time instead of them all rushing to him and tearing him apart, and Tom Cruise standing there taking all that in that first one, that movie he made where he came out of the bar and the
Yeah, he's like, "Do you have health insurance?"
yeah,
It's
just
a good.
He's
movie.
so good.
It's fun.
he's so good, but he is really short. He's a little guy.
Yeah.
They
Well, because
are-
unfortunately for that kind of movie, they could have renamed it, and it didn't have to be Jack Reacher. It could have been like, you know,
Well, maybe he was going to. Maybe he didn't like if he had to do the series like other movies, like the sequel to that movie or anything.
He did do a sequel to the movie.
No, I mean, if he, like they have it set up where you're going to be doing these for the next.
Well, that's
10
Tom Cruise.
years.
I think Tom Cruise knows what he wants to do.
He can do whatever he wants to do.
He's gotten to that point.
Well, once you
Because
saw
you're
him-
also talking about people who most of the time when they choose a James Bond, they choose an actor who's not well known. Like it's kind of like they take advantage of that. It's like, hey, we want to make you a star. We're going to make you
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Bond. And think about all those Marvel dudes. They didn't know it was going to be that big of a deal.
No,
And then all of a sudden, like, oh, we got to be in 9 movies? Like, what? And like, oh, you're only going to shoot for 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. I'm like, yeah, but still, like, I'm already doing stuff. And well, you're contractually obligated to be. Because they have all those appearances and stuff. They might be in the movie for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I think if I was an actor, I'd be happy just to do that. And
I
then-
can't believe how many times I can watch those movies. Or like Jackie Chan. I love Jackie Chan, and I would watch his
But
movies over and over.
we do have to talk about getting out of the show because it's time to go.
Oh, okay.
You do have a guest tomorrow.
Yes, we do. It's very good because you're going to feel inspired by this group because they talk about how they have taken.
They've been on the show before.
Yeah, and they've taken.
It's
they take
you're going to
teams
have the
in.
folks from what organizations come in, Cindy? It's Adult and Teen Challenge of Texas. It's a center for addiction.
Right.
So they're coming in. They're going to be
Yes.
here tomorrow.
And I love these guys. They
All right.
they were here.
We'll see you
before.
later.
So, okay. All right. And thank you, first responders. We love you. We respect you. And call somebody you know that you love that you haven't.